Hey crew, Coach Rod here. We're going to do a review of week 7, which was the week of February 21, and we just ended that. I mean, for us, 21 and 23 February is what we did. So I'm going to review it, do a few things, and then tell you about next week. So here we are, environmental physiology of domestic animals. We have a quiz every day. Everybody is there. Do you notice that? People are talking, thinking, being active. Wow. That's what a good learner should be. Active, talking about just what happened. So here we go. On Monday, I know we did palytoxin, and that was from the coral reef saltwater aquariums. You might say that's kind of weird. Yes, it was. It's weird. I understand. Very few of us, if ever, will be confronted with this toxin, but you should know it exists. And then the much more common xylitol, which is an artificial sweetener used in human baking when they want to reduce the calories, when you don't want to use sugar. So xylitol is an artificial sweetener that's actually incredibly toxic to dogs, less so for cats. And you can look at the clicks that we looked at. But in dogs, xylitol causes a massive insulin release from the pancreas. What does that mean? High levels of insulin lead to incredible uptake of glucose from all the cells in the body, and therefore the blood levels of glucose drop dramatically, and you get hypoglycemia, very severe hypoglycemia. That's the take-home message from xylitol. We talked about the fire that was like 30 miles away from us in Monticello. 2 beautiful people died, a mother and their daughter, who was, if I remember right, it was a junior in high school. I'm still trying to figure out and listening for, were there smoke detectors? Was there 1? Were there 2? Was it so smoky they couldn't get out? Very tragic. But I always try to learn from these things. And then another thing we talked about is big dogs in rescue situations. A woman, I'm talking about the big dogs now, a woman in Florida was killed by a big dog that she was trying to make more tame. Let's put it that way. They found this big female dog, about 100 pounds, in the Everglades or something like that. They got it into the rescue facility, and she had been working with it for about a month. And then it dragged her to the floor, grabbed her arm, and I'm doing this on partial reports, grabbed her by the arm, drug her down to the ground, and then maybe bit her jugular, carotid, or femoral vein artery. Those are the sites that you're going to bleed the most from. She died. A coworker tried to stop it and got injured as well, maybe in a minor sense. So I'm thinking, big dogs, are you big enough? I'm going to throw out, you should weigh twice whatever dog you deal with in an unknown situation. So if the dog weighs 75 pounds, or do you weigh 150? If the dog is 100 pounds in this case, do you weigh 200 plus pounds to be able to control the dog? Don't know. We'll see what we find out about the fire and the big dogs. And then on Wednesday, we talked about Zoralanone, which is a myco, M-Y-C-O. Some people in the quiz spelled it M-I-C-O, myco. No. M-Y-C-O, okay? It's a mycotoxin. What's interesting about Zoralanone, it has an estrogenic effect. And if something acts like an estrogen, an agonist, no matter how weak or strong, it has to interact with estrogen receptors. There's no doubt about it. And one of the articles I pointed out said, may react to estrogen receptors. And I said, no, that's a wrong thing to say. No. If something's estrogenic effect on an animal, it's interacting with the estrogen receptors. And then that brought up about hormone implants, silastic tubing, and then CEDAR's controlled intravaginal drug release. And I hate the name because I'm not sure what that exactly means, but I told the class how I made vaginal pessaries that released progesterone, and you can give a hormone, and then when you pull these CEDARs out, then immediately the blood levels drop. So it's a good way to do timed hormone exposure. Okay. Another thing I haven't been doing lately, and it's been a while. Remember how I had a contest for the most interesting pictures from the snow we had, at least around here, it was like 12, 13 inches. And so I can say now that Kendall Moore is a winner of our contest for ANSI 332. She provided several pictures of her grandma's house pig. Yes, I said house pig. The house pig's name is Anna. And here's a picture of it. Oh, sorry, there's that. Got to get this lower, sorry. Here is the picture of the house pig, Anna. And then at the end of the video or in another video, I'll show you a little video clip of the pig running from the backyard inside again because, it's cold. But that's got to be the winner. And thank you for all the people that submitted photos. But I'll have to say Kendall Moore was the winner, submitting the picture of Juliana, sorry. I'm saying Annie because I have a dog named Annie. Juliana. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, now I just want to say something about next week, which is week 8. And it actually starts on February 28th. And I told you in class Wednesday that we would have a quiz. Half of the quiz is going to be on something I told them, and then half of it's going to be on the current day that we talk on the 28th. And so I'm going to provide 2 links on botulism in our reading link list. So that's going to be half the quiz. Reading and digesting the 2 links on botulism ends up being involving both the articles or both the links involve horses. And then the other half of the quiz on Monday, which is Monday the February 28th, is going to be on what we talk about that day. Okay, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.